Welcome back to Minnesota Home and Garden. Today's video is going to be short and sweet. We're just going to harvest some of the sweet potatoes that are along the fence here that were in our straw bales. And you're probably thinking to yourself, why are we doing this so early? We were going to wait a couple more weeks, and I know it was really cold last week and it's very hot today. So that's another reason for the short video. But it appears that despite me covering these with metal, we didn't cover the tops. And I noticed there was, unfortunately, a squirrel or chipmunk was digging in there and getting after our sweet potatoes. Decided to just get in here and harvest and just see what we could find today. And we're just gonna do our best. We'll leave the ones in the driveway for now and let those keep going. But let's get going. We're gonna harvest these. We're gonna all the extra fencing here. And you probably noticed that some of the greens are missing. These greens are totally edible. These are not a nightshade. These are the same family as morning glories, and actually they don't taste bad. I don't mind them. We did try them one year. We have plenty of greens though to enjoy for ourselves, so we've never really harvested these much. But our church behind us here, a couple of the members of the congregation asked if they could have our greens. So we took those off this morning and we decided to share those with them. So that's awesome. All right. Okay, sweet potato number one. Hand that over to Pat. Not bad. Now we kind of figured that these would not be as grand as last year, partly because of weather, and then another partly is because of how terrible the pests were this year. There was just a lot of pest damage early on in the season. We like the small ones just as much as the large ones. Okay, and I'm gonna have Pat get in here with me and kind of help me dig apart some of the fencing here. Holy smokes. All right, we're tearing it apart, I guess. So far so good. They're no huge big monster as yet, but lots of really small guys. We of course are grateful for anything. Oh, that looks nice. That's a good bunch right there. Okay. So we've gone through most of the straw bale, but just like last year, they actually grew out of straw bale and into the ground. So we'll have to gently dig that out. And this is straw bale number one. This is what we got so far, and some really nice looking sweet potatoes. So we're pretty excited about that. One is split, so we'll probably have to eat that right away. And just a reminder, you actually have to cure these to turn that starch into sweetness. And we'll touch base a little bit about that too. Just going through all of it just to see if there's anything that we accidentally missed. But all the digging we did, this is one straw bale. And I'd have to say that some of these look really great, and we're really excited to get these cured. Okay, here's straw bale 2. We tried covering it up, so we'll see what it looks like. And yes, we've got this volunteer pumpkin vine right above it, so we're just going to have to be really careful. Let's see what we got. So far, so good. First big pull. Those look fantastic. Okay, this is getting pretty exciting. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Second pull. Oh, wow. Look at those. That is so exciting. Yes. Okay, and that's just the top. We haven't really dug in here too much yet. Let's keep digging. So here is some unfortunate critter damage. Wonder if we can just cut off that little piece there and still have some good pieces in here. Mostly all have been very, very good. Oh my gosh. This one is just outperforming the other straw bale by quite a bit. So we're kind of getting to the end, and you'll probably notice that it almost looks like dirt, and it's just, you just tear apart, and the straw bale breaks down so much over the season, it almost turns into like compost. And that's how you grow really good vegetables in here. And we're just kind of digging through to make sure we didn't miss anything. But this is what we got from first and second bale, and you can see we found some more critter damage. So I'm glad that we harvested early. It's not what we wanted, but we still have some fantastic sweet potatoes. I'm going to get them weighed up in just a minute here so I can give you the weight. But if you've got 2 straw bales laying around and you want to prep them and grow sweet potatoes in them, I feel like they're really successful. Every year's different. You never know what you're going to get, but so far, so good. Okay, guys, so you saw our final harvest here. We feel good about it. We were able to get around some critter damage. It probably would have just gotten worse. For whatever reason, the critters are staying out of the driveway garden, so we're going to keep those going. And then you probably noticed as well, this is super broken down. So what do you do with this now? You can save it for next year. This year we used it as mulch for our regular potato garden, and it worked fantastic. So we're probably going to do that again. But you can also use this for just throwing it in your compost and have fantastic compost next year. We're going to leave it here for now. Early spring will bring it on back for our potatoes, but so far we're really happy here. So we're going to start curing our sweet potatoes, and we've got the hot weather, we've got the sun. One way you can do it is you can lay it all on a plastic tarp and put a tarp on top. So there's still some breathable air there. You don't want it to be completely unbreathable, but you want a little bit of humidity and you want heat. Most sweet potatoes cure within about 48 hours of being out in a sunny, warm spot, depending on where you cure them. If you bring them indoors to cure them, it's a little bit more tricky. There's a couple different options for that, but one is putting it in your oven, keeping the oven light on, and putting a tray of water on the bottom, and that keeps it just slightly warm enough and slightly humid enough. And that's what we did last year, and we found that to be a little bit tricky. So we're gonna probably try doing it outside this year. Another option is putting them in a greenhouse. That is like usually the perfect condition. So if you have a greenhouse or access to a greenhouse, I would definitely consider that for curing as well. We want to thank you for supporting our channel and subscribing and following our adventures here. Depending on weather and harvesting, we might have another much longer update for you next week. But thanks for watching, and we appreciate your support. We'll see you soon.